Billy, where have you been? I have been looking for—
Miss, please leave. Mr. Billy does not want to talk to anybody at this moment.
You don't understand. I am here to help him.
Miss, if you do not leave right now, I will have to take some drastic action. I will not let anyone near my boss after what has already happened. There are too many snakes in this industry.
What if I say I have some evidence that will prove Billy's innocence?
What?
Throughout this conversation between Natalie and his bodyguard, Billy did not move or say a single word. He did not even acknowledge Natalie's presence. He continued to stare down at the grave of his mother as slow tears trickled down his cheek. You have to let me talk to him if you want to help your boss get out of this. The bodyguard looked at Natalie cautiously. He had worked with Billy for a very long time, and he genuinely felt that Mr. Billy was innocent because he was the kindest person he had met in the industry. It pained him to see Billy be villainized by the media and the fraternity. All this while, they had not responded because there was no evidence to prove that Billy was innocent. Could this woman be speaking the truth?
Okay, I will let you speak with him. But if he gets upset, I will personally escort you out of here.
That's fair. The guard stepped aside and Natalie walked towards Billy. When she saw his face, she was horrified. It looked like he had not slept in days. His eyes were red and he looked years older than his actual age. This was not the cheerful Billy she had met at that gala. Natalie sat down next to him. Billy, you cannot give up at this moment. There are still a lot of people who are supporting you. Billy continued to look down at his mother's grave solemnly. Natalie noticed that his mother's tomb had a sculpture of her face made to her likeness. The face radiated warmth and kindness. She realized that Billy must have inherited his kind nature from his mother. To see a gentle person like Billy in this condition pained Natalie's heart. Look, Billy, these are a few messages from your well-wishers. Your fans are fighting for you. You do not want to disappoint them, do you?
It's horrible this happened to him. I, for one, know that Billy is innocent and incapable of doing something like this. On one occasion, when my little brother and I arrived late for a fan meet and greet, Billy was very kind to entertain us, even after the event was over. When he realized that my brother was a super fan of his, he gave him a bunch of merchandise for free and clicked dozens of pictures with him. My brother was the happiest that day. Billy is genuinely the purest soul. Hashtag justice for Billy.
Billy saw the video with stoic eyes. It had not seemed to move him at all. He turned back to his mother's grave, but Natalie was not giving up so soon. See this one.
Billy, I am a social worker, and to be honest, I do not follow a lot of movie stars, but you are my hero. Charitable donations like yours helped us save a lot of lives in the Sudan floods last year. And I'm eternally thankful to you and others in your position who help others. Please do not succumb to this villainization. We know you are innocent. Hashtag justice for Billy.
Okay, miss. I gave you your time. Mr. Billy should be left alone now.
No, please. Billy, we need—
Ma'am, this is not the way.
Let her be, Gary.
Gary looked at Billy in shock. It had been 3 whole days, and these were the first words that his boss had uttered from his mouth. He quietly stepped aside after apologizing to Natalie.
Tell me something. You don't even know me that well. Why are you here to help me?
Billy recalled meeting this lady only twice, and of all the people, she was the one who had found him here. Look, I know it might seem suspicious of me, but I do not forget so easily. I remember what you did for me when I was troubled at that gala, and you did it out of kindness.
So is this the way of paying me back? Aren't you worried you will get involved in a scandal with me?
What do I have to worry about? I'm not a celebrity. Besides, being a part of this industry, I can't stand outside and watch this happen to a kind and compassionate person like yourself. It would be wrong.
Well, that is an unpopular opinion. Nobody else seems to think that of me.
Gary had been eavesdropping on the conversation because he wanted to hear what the lady had to say. He could not hold back anymore.
But I do, sir. And millions of your fans do.
Thanks, Gary. You've always been by my side.
It's nothing compared to what you did for my mother when she was ill all those years ago, and how you took my entire family in.
Natalie looked at Billy to see his reaction. He smiled kindly at Gary and looked down. This person was a good man. Her resolve to free him from these false accusations was even more rigid now.
Miss, what is this evidence you were talking about?
I managed to get my hands on this video a few days back. At first, I thought it was the girl's father who was behind these accusations, but actually he was just the puppet. These were the puppeteers.
That's Trapper and Selby.
Yes, they framed Billy and used the girl's father to do it.
Those bastards. I had forgotten about that scumbag Trapper. Boss! We finally have evidence now. It's Trapper and Selby. We can finally prove your innocence.
There is no point.
No point? What are you talking about, boss? We have it right here.
The damage that this scandal has done. My reputation is tarnished forever. I will never be able to go back to my real self. It's all over.
Can you stop behaving like a baby?
What? What?
Enough of lamenting. If I had succumbed to my dad and stepsister's will, you know where I would have been? Married to an old pervert somewhere. We need to right the wrong, Billy. Until the time you do not prove your innocence, nothing is going to change by itself. Both Billy and Gary looked at Natalie in shock. Gary could not believe her fierceness. If it was anyone else who would have spoken to Billy in this manner, Gary would not have let it go. But he felt that his boss needed to hear this at the moment. Now, will you get up and dust yourself off? We have a lot of work to do.
Do you both really believe in me?
Yes.
Always, boss.
Billy broke down uncontrollably as Natalie and Gary held him. He finally agreed to get out of his pitiful state and walked away from his mother's grave. How will Natalie get justice for Billy? Will Billy be able to face everybody and prove his innocence? Why keep waiting? All episodes of The Return are available only on the Pocket FM app. Click on the link in the description to install now.